Hey, welcome back to the 2022 Japanese Grand Prix race review, Checker Flag Auto Racing News. I'm your host, REDBET. So this race was held in Japan over the weekend, a very wet race. This race held at the Suzaka circuit in Japan. Just a reminder to like and subscribe. We're trying to build the subscribers up. Like and subscribe. Max Verstappen on pole, Charles in second. Charles Leclerc tries to take the lead from Max Verstappen. He comes very close to doing this, going down the straightaway on turn 1. But in the end, Max Verstappen is able to outbrake him and still maintain his first place position. Being that it was so wet, we were definitely going to have incidents on the track, which we do, starting with Carlos Sainz spins off and heads into the tire wall. His race was over for the day. Even with wet tires, at this speed, there's bound to be spins and some type of crashes, so this was very expected during the Grand Prix. So we had Carlos Sainz going off, and he was okay, but his race was over for the day, and he went off during the first few laps. Pierre Gasly, who started in the pit lane, picked up an advertising board, and he was traveling around with it for about a lap. Got it taken off in the pits, but his race was compromised. Yes, so this was a start of a few incidents during the beginning of the race. We also had Alex Albon go out of the race. Albon was not able to continue with the race. His race was finished after this. Sebastian Vettel also spun at the beginning of the race. He got into an incident turn 1 with Fernando Alonso. He was able to continue the race, and also he was able to finish 12th. Even after this incident, we also had Zhu Ganyu spinning out during the race, and he was able to still continue during the race. So this triggered a safety car and also red flag. By lap 3, the race was red flagged, and this was a long delay. All the cars came in, all the drivers got out of the cars. Pretty long delay. You see it was raining really hard during this time at Suzuka. With the long delay, the race was shortened to a 40-minute time span, and almost immediately, cars came into pits for intermediate tires. Here you see Sebastian Vettel coming into the pits. He was the first one to trigger all the cars coming in for the immediate tires. Everybody came in for immediate tires except for Mick Schumacher, who stayed out a little longer. So this was the beginning because it was drying up the track a bit, but it still was pretty wet. So you see Charles Leclerc, and here's Max Verstappen coming in. Also, Serio Perez came in. Lewis Hamilton and George Russell came in. They double stacked the Mercedes. Interesting battle during the race, Esteban Ocon and Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton was trying to pass Ocon for the majority of the 40 minutes, but to no avail. He wasn't able to pass him. There wasn't much happening, honestly, during this 40 minutes of the timed race. We had another battle. Sergio Perez and Charles Leclerc were battling, and this is what actually decided the world driver's title. Charles Leclerc went off the track, and he was deemed to gain an advantage. So Sergio Perez got second place, and Charles Leclerc got third place because he was given a time penalty. So you actually see here where Charles Leclerc goes off the track, and he comes back on. So they felt it was unsafe, and with the time penalty, Sergio Perez is second and he's third. And that means Max Verstappen is a 2022 Formula One World Drivers Champion. He has won his second driver's title in the last few years. Also, it was a little controversial last year, but he still won. And here's Christian Horner, team principal of Red Bull. They're going to probably win the constructors also this year, so congrats to them and to Max Verstappen. Max has won 12 races this year. He might be able to beat, if he wins 13 races or more than that, then he will beat Michael Schumacher and Sebastian Vettel's record of 13 race wins in 1 year. So, you know, there's a few races left in the year. There's no reason why Max can't crush that record. Here he is with the team getting congratulated. This is a little bit more. At this point in the race, they didn't know he was the World Drivers Champion. They were still investigating the incident at the end of the race. And this is where he actually learns he's World Drivers Champion. So here he's hugging his girlfriend, Kelly Piquet, daughter of famous driver Nelson Piquet. And so this celebration meant a lot more. Here he is with the team and his girlfriend celebrating. And also, there's no controversy this year with him winning. Last year, he won with the controversy with Lewis Hamilton at the end of the season. But this race, there will be no controversy. Max was lights out this year, the most consistent driver. He's won 12 races this year. Congrats to him. Here he is receiving the first place trophy. The race, honestly, was pretty boring. Not much happened. It was too wet. It was honestly too wet. It was almost a safety concern. The race was delayed for over an hour, and then they started racing with the 40-minute time limit. Now, Red Bull have not won the Constructors titles yet, but they can win that in the next few races. I think at Austin they can possibly win it. So here they are spraying up the champagne. It was a very wet day in Japan, but congrats to Max and the Red Bull team. Charles Leclerc, he was on the podium. He really put an effort this year, but Ferrari, too many mistakes, and the mistakes cost them the World Drivers title this year. They might be able to get the Constructors, but, you know, it will be kind of bittersweet if they do, because none of their drivers were able to win. So congrats to Max, and congrats to Red Bull. They've been the most consistent team this year. Their car is dominant. Max is dominant. Also, Max has passion. Max wants to win every race. So congrats to him. We'll be doing more racing videos this week. MotoGP Phillips Island this weekend, so get excited for that. And also, we'll be doing more racing videos overall. I hope you enjoyed the race, and the race season is not over. Here are the results of the Japanese Grand Prix. REDBET signing off. Hope you enjoyed the video.